Oh, let me go ahead.
Here you go.
Here's
Another one. Here you go. This is not an ad. I don't need it. Proceed for it. Sound like a fucking kitten took a piss. I don't trust you.
You should.
She is fucking cheating. Now she know damn well. Look at the difference. And I'm still gonna put something on it.
Now you bitching.
I really didn't eat today. That's the reason why.
I had a smoothie. I had a bag of pretzels and a bag of plain chips.
I had a smoothie.
Okay.
So I'm
then they had these bag of almond.
So I'm gonna finish these crackers. I'm starving.
Yeah, you talking about me. Now you bitching. I raised you better than that. You talking about me.
No.
I raised you and your liver better than that. I raised it way better than that. But anyway, welcome back, y'all. Thank you for joining us.
Who are you talking to?
What's wrong? Oh, bitch, I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, I had to look down. I'm like, what did I do? Oh, wait a minute. Let's see, bitch, I ain't even seen this part yet. We just started.
I'm sorry, I just had to get myself together. I'm sorry.
Num your whole yo.
My fault, y'all.
Num your whole
This my Uncle Charles, y'all.
All right.
I'm about to sneeze.
I
know I be making the worst faces over here.
Girl, you and me both.
Anyway.
I was about to say the wrong thing. You know my simple ass. Oh, girl, I must have the wrong thing. Niggas finna cancel me. Real way.
And the way she go.
Welcome back to another episode, bitch. We is here. I am she. She is her. We is we. I am one of the most controversial people you have ever met and or seen and or heard in your life.
And it is I, the authentic one.
And together we are. Toeachhisown. Wrong.
Oh, damn.
Come on. Teddy Jam. Boom, yo. All right now.
Don't get me started. Oh, cheers, bitch. We forgot. What's wrong?
I can't cheer this.
What is happening?
This the swallow. I'm gonna just take a little swallow.
No, you're not.
As soon as I want to swallow, I heard the of the bottle.
I know that shit gets me every time.
Why you be so fucking hyped to give me a
Ass on the bus.
It's just a shot. Time to fuck.
Get on the bus, Rosa.
Get on the bus.
That's all I got here.
You get on the bus because you added juice to that nut ass shit. You get on the bus.
No, but this is most of this was liquor.
And
I poured a splash of liquor in here. And
as I drink my shit and
I didn't feel like drinking
on the side.
No, I ain't feel like that. I feel like I needed to mix it with something going down because I feel like
I don't be liking to mix it no more. You gotta
Yes.
You gotta taste it, and then you gotta let it ease on down, and then you can take a little, just a little dash on the side, just a little
Roscoe.
dash. Right. R-O-S-C-O, we missed the shawty, put it on me.
Hey.
I be going ham, shorty upgrade from bone.
Oh.
Looking good, girl, and I can make it look.
It's bigger than my butt. Rain, go away.
My pockets are gonna go about
My never evaporate. Hey.
Don't need to exaggerate.
At the main, but I'm like, go on, no Chico. No, we have to be stopped.
You will with no hands, bitch.
And the beat drops right there. What's up, y'all? Welcome back.
That was nice shit.
We really be in here jamming. For us to not have no music.
No music.
That's why I can't wait to set this soundboard up. Because we've had this shit forever.
Shout out to Dom. She won't help us out. She won't help us figure it out.
Yeah, she is. I said, you was kind, you was patient, and you was smart.
You was kind. You was smart. You was important.
Oh, wow. I have a cut on my arm. Oh, that hurts. Ow. With one hair sticking up out of it. Okay, that's very... No, that's strange. What the hell is happening?
In the words of Killing the Goat.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. But before we dip deeper anymore into honest goods,
am I Wolverine?
Let's go ahead and get into what's going on in the streets today. Today, babe. Today, babe. Oh, girl.
One of these days.
It's The Rock. So I don't know if y'all heard or not. Jumping in right into first segment of the day. What's going on in the streets, Pepper?
This ain't that new, but it's kind of new.
Did y'all see? The court orders Damon Dash to sell his shares of Rockefeller to settle his debt. Soon as I saw it, I said, oh no, Damon, you've been holding on to this for a long, long time. But the ruling stems from a Dash's failure to satisfy his $823,000 judgment that was awarded to a movie producer over his defamation and copyright infringement case back in 2016. So he got some money to pay up, and it seems like his shares in Rockefeller would be able to assist and support his financial responsibility to that debt. I definitely think that this was something that Dane was holding on to strongly, because he knew the benefits of it. I mean, we all know. Well, we haven't seen him publicly speak. We don't know what has taken place, possibly or possibly not, behind closed doors. But we haven't seen them interact, engage, and or speak. But we do know, as far as the business of things, Dane's name was still technically on Rockefeller. And, the proof is in the pudding because they want him to show his shares. I would hate to see it happen because eventually, I wanted to see Dane and Jay sit down publicly and, reunite and dispel some old battles and things like that. But if he does, then I'm not going to say there's no hope for that. But again, I do think that this was the last string he was holding on to, possibly, and some hopes for the business and or personal side as far as, selling some things.
Oh, yeah.
It
was a lot of emotion, sweat, blood in that situation.
Yeah. That it got deep and personal.
That's it. On all aspects. But keeping that Dash alive. Moving on, something interesting and good news. There's a lot of stuff happening with hair lately, and I thought that this was interesting. It's a matter of time before they came out with something like this. They have hair AI now. So there is a company called Myavana Hair Care. And what happens is, I believe that you send a sample to them of your strands, and they determine what you need. There's like a specific technology that they use to examine the strands of your hair, or do you take a test? Anyway, they have from 12 to 972 plus unique combinations. They have a definitive healthy hair care guide, and it explores 18 discoveries from over a decade of analyzing hair and billions of different hair strands and types. So if you're willing to try something innovative, because I hear a lot of, as we know it, hair as we know it is different now. You got people who use natural products, and there's some products who have like the forward moving science and technology involved in its formulation. Some of this stuff is like really groundbreaking. So yeah, check it out. See if it's something that you're into. I want to
make sure that I understand this right. So this allows you to find someone or some hair that is similar or replicable to that replicates yours. So you don't
it's supposed to help people. You know how like a lot of Black women don't know how to care for their hair.
Yeah.
So this is to help you figure out what exactly your hair needs. So they started testing a whole like billions of strains of different hair to try to get a a good enough, because
okay, because I was listening, but it didn't. I was listening and reading at the same time.
It's basically a new hair typing system. Instead of 1A to 4C, like 1A instead of 4C, it's different, because in reality, that one's so minimal and so vague, it doesn't really capture all the different types of hair. So they turned everything from 2D to 3D. And they're using new technology to actually examine your strands and see what's going on, what they look like, what condition your hair is in, to help you figure out what kind of hair you have and what products may help you. What are the needs of your hair? You know what I'm saying? So, and it's called Definitive Hair ID. So yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Got it. And it considers 6 different factors of the So it has a lot that it goes on with. So yeah, it says they have 18 findings regarding hair type, hair texture, hair condition, and factors impacting healthy hair, which has, and factors I'm willing to bet, environment, climate, water, what you're eating, all that stuff goes into it. So I shout out to them. This is innovative. Shout out to Black women trying to make leads.
At first, and then I listened to how you described it. It kind of threw me off a little bit.
I get what you mean.
Very literally as far as what we've seen already in AI. So I think that's why I wasn't looking for one. But I apologize. I got it now.
Oh yeah, no, they're using a different kind of technology. You just
yeah, I got it now.
Yeah. Yep. So here we go. Shout out to y'all. Maya Vana Hair Care.
Got it.
Maya Vana, I don't know. MYAVANA Hair Care. All spelled the same way. They have a link tree. That's their Instagram. They have a link tree on their Instagram where you can find their website and links and stuff like that in order to figure out, So, and they actually had an event in Atlanta to introduce everything. It was back in February. Yep. So you already know them hair shows and shit like that. They have a club. They have a free healthy hair guide. So get with it if you need help. Because and I honestly, no shade to Black women, but we really are a group of people who do not know the first thing about the hair on top of our heads. We're going to get better. Because we is unique.
We will.
We just got to figure it out, Anywho.
Right. What else going on this Grizzy?
No discipline, no diploma. Dr. Umar. So basically what he was trying to say was, if you don't raise your kids to be disciplined, how do you expect them to yield good results or become a productive member of society? How do you expect to produce a productive member of society if you have not taught them or instilled any type of discipline in your home and within their upbringing? Which makes, a lot of sense, because it's like you go to college, there's nobody there to tell you get up. There's nobody there to tell you, oh, what's this? You got to figure out what you want to study. A lot of people have parents who are overbearing and who tell them, oh, do this, this, and this. Then you have those parents who suggest things because they know what's lucrative and because they're smart and they read and they stay up on the times and the industries that are booming. You have those parents also. They're not as pushy, but they're like, hey, this is what's going on. Are you interested? But then you got those kids who have no guidance, who just go to college. We saw it, especially with our freshman class at our university. Half of us didn't even come back after the fall semester. So imagine how many of us were left by the time sophomore year came. I feel like a majority of our class was transfers by then. So, So no discipline, no diploma. That's what I called it. We can listen to it if y'all want to. Just a few seconds. He be talking that bullshit sometimes, but this one definitely made sense to me.
He be talking that bullshit.
I feel like he be doing some shit. I feel like he be doing shit for likes and views sometimes. Sometimes it gives that. I'm trying to turn it up.
That's the problem I got with the parent who say my child gonna go to college to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer. I got 3 questions for you. You gonna send that boy right there who smoked weed all day with his pants sagging with 50 tattoos on his body to Morehouse and Spelman, $40,000, $50,000 a year? Let me ask you 3 questions before you pay that tuition. Number 1, did you raise him with the discipline he needs to be successful? Because I'm sick and tired of Black parents cursing their kids out when they get kicked out of college for academic failure when you know you raised a lazy-ass Black child. Number 1, if your child ain't got the discipline to go to college and succeed, why are you sending them? Number 2, is your child about to major in something relevant? It's not just going to college. Are you majoring in a career that actually makes sense? If you go and get you a PhD in grasshopper reproduction, what career are you going to have? Being an expert in grasshopper reproduction? Nothing. You got to make sure your children major in something that is relevant. But if they ain't got the discipline to finish the degree, why did you send them? Most black children don't finish college, not because they don't know the work, Gotti. They were not raised in a house where they were taught discipline. And let me give you Dr. Umar's definition of discipline. It's the ability to do what you don't want to do, but it has to be done.
Take it off your belt.
Whether you like it or not. How many of our kids have that?
What, a whooping?
No. Discipline.
What a
It's the
whooping.
problem.
Gotti is a dickhead. Honestly, the more and more I hear him talk, the more his personality becomes appealing to me. It's funny to me. He's like, what, a whooping? And he was looking at him like, what, a whooping? But some people may find that offensive. Some people may see some truth in that. Some people may just,
I see the truth.
ignoring it. I 1000% see the truth, because just like he said, and it's not even just the label and say just because you have a lot of tattoos, you won't be successful. It's people out here who are operating and giving people new hearts.
It's just the expectancy of the parent
Exactly.
to not instill any styles of discipline in them whatsoever, no type of structure of whatsoever, and you expect them to just go out and be boom, a perfect member of society and produce something super great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what did you instill into them? What did you sow into them in order for them to reproduce
And be useful and be an asset, not useful, an asset. I take that word back. Asset is a better word. And to be an asset and to acquire assets and to network and to, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes the boy be preaching. And honestly, it's almost like a slap in the face for you to sit there and say, if you know, just like you said, you raised a lazy child, it's a slap in the face for you to, in your own face, for you to expect them to be like, summa cum laude and graduating on time and picking a lucrative major and being successful and having a job waiting as soon as they graduate. You have these unrealistic expectations for a child that you didn't even discipline. It's like, it really is being able to,
you didn't nurture that.
That too,
them.
absolutely.
You expect them to just to just produce and blossom. And excel in these areas that you didn't nurture.
And all that shit is alien in them. It's just like, what?
Not to say that it can't happen, because it absolutely can. People,
It can.
Roses grow from concrete all the time in these hoods, okay?
Some people are just different, but if you didn't raise them with that specific, they're going to look at college, what? And that's not even about this, and it's not even about college. It's about just going out into the world, period. That's it. Bottom line.
All right. Well, that wraps up what's going on the streets for this week. Okay, we're going to move forward to, I know we got for this voice of the week.
We have Philly Shared. So Philly Shared, let's go to their Instagram. It's located on 2500 Moreland Road, Abington, Pennsylvania. They've been seen on 6ABC News, and a few other platforms that are known. They are located at Willow Grove Park on the first floor. It is called it's a curated retail showroom. It's also a creative space as well as a non-profit. So, they have in-store vending opportunities. They have, a space that you can have your own events, host your own events at. And it's ran by Black women. Beautiful Black women. Several of them.
Come on.
Not just Black women, but beautiful Black women are the general. This is lovely right here. So check out Philly Shared if you are in the area and you need somewhere to to create and get your ideas off the ground. Hit them up and give it a go.
Just go up and hit them up.
Yes. Listen. They got in-store, and you can get your products placed in their stores, their retail showroom floors. So, complimentary in-store pop-ups. Okay. Dedicated retail space with minimum overhead, brand awareness and marketing, mall hours with access to in-store experiences, access to immediate payouts via or QR codes, village with like-minded entrepreneurs, and intimate sip and shop with knowledgeable staff. So they welcome lifestyle brands, jewelry, coffee, tea mixers, prepackaged popcorn, perfume brands, cosmetic brands, everything under the sun. They have free consultations and stuff. So Hit them up and see what you could work out to get
Hit 'em
your
up, style.
ideas out there, y'all. Let's go. Y'all got these great ideas sitting on, getting dust on them. Bring them to the showroom, sell them.
Come on, get the dust off the shelf.
Yes, get the
Pull
dust
out
off
the
your shoulder.
swiftest.
Again, that's Philly Shared. Give them Philly Shared with a D. Philly Shared. So give them a play,
Just like
y'all.
we want you to share this episode and this podcast.
Like,
this show
comment,
with your
subscribe,
friends. Philly
share.
Shared. SHARED.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Y'all ready for the first
Y'all.
topic?
Thank you.
Y'all ready?
All right. Yes. So because we about to get into it. Let's get into
You ready
it.
for me?
I wanna know your name. I wanna know if you have a name. I wanna know everything. I wanna know.
Okay, Reggae 90s.
Shout out to you, Maria. Okay?
Yes, because his R&B Money's episode was good.
You know, taking the woman on tour karaoke.
Yes. Yes.
Darrell, I'm coming to see you.
And they just released Chris Brown tour dates too. So
And she's gonna be in Philly in June.
I
Floor C22 something. Anyway, Darrell, Tia sent it to me earlier. I don't want to hear nothing before Heartbreak on the full moon. I mean, after Heartbreak on the full moon. I don't even know who the fuck the other girl is, and I personally don't want to see Money. So I'm a little finicky about
They're
it.
not coming to Philly.
You sure?
Yeah, look. When I looked on our city and DC is the only cities that they're not coming to.
Ooh, woo, woo. But again,
Because I thought about going to another city. I'm like,
after
there's no
Heartbreak
point.
on
When
the
I
full
said, I'm
moon.
like, well, damn.
And everything is in June. All right, we're just gonna have to go ahead and figure that out.
Anyway.
Going into the topic time, niggas is speechless, okay?
So, I seen this and I was just like, oh shit.
This was interesting. I think this was sweet. This message was sweet.
Very
This
sweet.
shit was giving long as I need.
And she not insecure.
Nah.
Because crew runs on crew runs her shit in layers.
I mean, and her husband not either because she said he know I'm telling you.
No, right.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But anyway, this guy sends this girl a message. And let me just read it because she posted it on social media because she said she was speechless about it, the message. And just to give some, context, this is a person sending a person that he used to deal with a message with the permission of his wife to be. Okay?
Come on with it.
I'm getting married tomorrow. I wanted to send you this message. My fiance knows I'm sending this to you. Thank you for being my first love. Thank you for always encouraging me. Thank you for keeping me out of trouble. Thank you for the times you took care of me when I was sick and depressed. Thank you for loving me. If you haven't already, I hope you one day find love. If you loved me that much when we were young, I can only imagine how strong and powerful your love is now. The way your heart is made is amazing. I know we're only kids when we dated, but you taught me what love is. To the man who was lucky enough to have you as their wife, I hope he treats you with care. I hope he knows who he has in front of him. I hope he shows you love and loyalty every day. You deserve that and more. My point in all of this is you are the reason why I know how to love someone. You taught me love. You taught me how to deal with my anger, how to deal with my depression, and how to live life to the fullest, and I'm grateful for you. I wish you love and happiness.
Love and happiness.
Now, when I initially saw that, I said, oh, wow.
Something that can make you do wrong.
That's a long paragraph, but I'm like, it was
Make
so
you do
necessary.
right.
It was very necessary. It was necessary. And it takes a really grown-ass man to send a message like this. And it takes an equally yoked and equally grown-ass woman to have a conversation about sending this kind of message. Because most guys probably wouldn't be able to even dream of having this conversation with their wife-to-be.
And most wives to be probably like, why the fuck would you want to send her that?
Right. Let alone, send it and say, she knows I'm sending this, Most guys would have just probably been like, you know what? Let me let her know how special she is and let me tell her thank you on the back burner back here where nobody's looking
I
at.
think it was cute.
It was very nice though.
Very sweet.
I think and I'm gonna say this. I've received a message after dealing with guys on multiple occasions and from a particular person more than once where it was just like they realized like, oh my God, like I was really an asshole to her. I don't know what came across them. It wasn't like we've had any conversations prior to. I don't know what made them have this epiphany, but I can definitely say, and I wasn't and let me add, I wasn't expecting it. Like I said, we weren't having no conversations. It wasn't anything leading up to it. So it just was like, it came out of the blue. I'm willing to bet one of the reasons why she's speechless because she didn't expect to receive this message. It was so sweet, so heartfelt, and so real, so raw. And I feel like it kind of like gives you that, I don't know how to explain it. I can't say it's validation because it's not that I seek that from other people, but it just lets me know, like, truly and faithfully, that it makes me feel good to know that I gave someone my true authentic self, and they're able to realize that, and they're thankful for me doing that. I think that's just what I get from that.
Able to reciprocate it, even
Absolutely.
if it's not directly back to me. You're able to reciprocate it to someone else. So either way, I did my job. I did what I was supposed to do in your life. Yep.
So I when I saw this, it just reminded me of that, and I know, and I was elated for her. I'm just like, this probably came during the day where she felt like it was like, what the hell did I do to deserve this? But thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
How surprised that she
was
for her ex to pop up in her messages and not to be trying to have sex with her and sleep with her and do whatever, but to be saying something
like this. Oh, how sweet.
I take this any day.
It was like an eternal bouquet of roses that it just keeps smelling and smelling and smelling.
That was cute. That's the perfect way to describe it.
And can you imagine the conversation he probably had to have with her? Like, how do you even start? Like, honestly, for me, I even thought, a little bit more along the lines of, how do you present this idea about this conversation to your significant other? Like, how did you ever bring her up in conversation? Like, because some people don't really give a fuck about your past relationships.
He
much.
Could have brought her up, or he could have just been exuding some things within his relationship with his current fiance, now soon to be welcome, currently married by now, because I'm getting married tomorrow. He could have just been, expressing and displaying some things with her. And she could have just been asking questions, going like, where did you learn this? Or how did you, or whatever. Or he could have just gave the information one, like, listen, I was learning this through, the relationship I was in with this particular person. It could have been a bunch of things that led back to that conversation of going, everything that you wondering about came from this one person. Or, again, it could have just been different, sporadic moments where he just expressed that and or just shared it willingly without, his wife asking. Either way, I'm glad it came out. And again, like I said, she was able to get, her everlasting bouquet of roses because she understood that's genuinely who she was. Clearly, she's able to do that again and find, the man of her life. Like he ended it off. Like, hopefully, if you already haven't, you find the man of your life. Because that's him saying, I know if you can do this for me, you can do this for somebody else.
Absolutely. And clearly, they haven't had any contact since then because he doesn't even know if she has a love interest at all. So that clearly shows it's coming from a good place.
Y'all gotta quiet down over there.
Yes, that shit is too much.
I'm sorry, they being fuck ignorant in the studio, and I'm getting upset.
My throat is itching. I'm sorry. I was trying to say clearly it's coming from a good place, Ian. He just feels like he needs to get this off his chest before because when you walk down the aisle, it's a new life. It's a new life. It's a new beginning for you, and you kind of like it's probably him closing the chapter of his singleness and as a whole. I can respect this. I love this. I wish that this would happen for a lot more people, not even just men reaching out to women, but women reaching out to men, because we have fumbled some good niggas in our day.
But sometimes I feel like depending on who the man is, they don't know how to take it. I feel like sometimes they try to take it like, oh, she trying to get back with me, or they try to take it like, she might be doing too much. Like, what the fuck she really trying to say here? Again, depending on who you are, I think, but generally, I do think some men would handle that immaturely.
I get it. And in this situation, I feel like he knew exactly who he was talking to.
I do too.
So I love that for him. Because that is also a kind of like, but we can't control. Once the message is sent, you can't control that part. So it could draw some.
I said that to say that's
some reluctance.
Why there might be some apprehension. Somebody actually.
Like, It's like, do I press in? Do I
type that shit and delete it on big.
It probably was in draft for like so long, like in their notepad or something like that.
Bitch, I don't do shit in draft. Might sit my ass and iPhone like the fucking get you caught up.
And honestly, I wouldn't even go as far as to say if I felt this way about somebody, I feel like I would be obligated to for myself. And because it's such an unselfish thing to do, but it's for yourself at the very same time. To start my new chapter, whatever like that. I feel like that would be something that I could do. I feel like that speaks to my character. That's something that I would do. I could do that. But again, under the circumstances that I know who I'm talking to. But yeah, I love that. Anywho, oh child. Oh, this is funny.
So, I mean, we went from, solid love lives, and now we going. I can't say this is not solid because this ain't my situation.
Ooh.
But we're going from solo wife to the sister wives. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I did come across this specific video. I didn't know that he was married to more than one person. So we want to dip into the polygamy pool for just a second. And the queen of the sister wives, Hive, is going to speak.
With Sabrina Alba in deep conversation about your philanthropic work, and then the Calvin Klein ad popped up with America's husband, who's also your legal husband, Idris Elba. I want to go to the beginning. You guys got married in Morocco in 2019. Beautiful wedding.
Right.
He's so cute.
I get it. He's so cute. Look, I always say, like, Taylor Swift had the Swifties, Beyonce got the Beehive, I got the Sister Wives. So much support from the Sister Wives. I love it.
The Sister Wives. All of y'all are Sister Wives. Okay. So you met in 2017 at a jazz bar in Vancouver. Right? So what was his line? What was his move? Because you're a tough cookie. I can tell you're not just, they just can't roll up on a bar and buy a drink.
Yeah, but he was cute.
He was cute.
Let's be real. He was cute. Like, we got to flirt a bit. It was the night was called Slow Jam Sundays, and they literally just play like old school slow jams. Like, it gets you in the mood. We got there. But I just remember thinking,
right? You didn't know
not
who
in
he
the
was?
first. Intellectually connected so quickly. I mean, that night we ended up talking for like hours.
So, again, I personally was not privy to the information that, and if you guys didn't hear it, let me just take it back a second. So this is the wife of Idris Elba. This is his second wife. If I'm
I think you're right. I think so.
The correct way.
I think so.
They met, as she described, very generally and regularly. They met at a bar. She didn't notice who he was at first, in which I guess once they got truly engaged, she was like, "Oh shit, you are such and such." But she said he acted very regularly, very normal. He wasn't out acting like a celebrity. Bottom line,
right?
And they didn't get to, of course, within this clip, what kind of really drew her in as far as saying yes, and what he actually had to say to her, or how he explained to her that she would be co-wives with another woman. But again, whether she's the first wife, second wife, whatever, because she was like, "Oh, I always say, Beyonce got the Beehives and I got the sister wives." I would think the first wife had a damn pick. Maybe it is the second one. Maybe because you own that because you jumped into the shit. It's like, I'm team sister wife, So I'm saying it out loud. Okay, good, be that way. So yeah. I can't say I didn't realize that there was a community of women this way, because there's a whole show. There's a whole TV show, reality TV show dedicated to sister wives, as literally called Sister Wives. Again, this is not an ad, but this is a lifestyle that many individuals partake in. I want to know what are the stipulations that they had a conversation about. Because I was actually having a conversation with one of my Muslim friends recently, and I was like, y'all got there because I'm not. If I was the first wife, I'm not giving you permission to marry another one. Okay, because I'm personally not doing that. Only because I know I would have to split sharing. Unless I knew you had it like that to be able to cover me and her, and I don't have to complain. I'm not splitting the motherfucker. I said, so God bless you. I know you're inshallah and all that, but I said, God bless you. I'm not personally doing it. Okay? He was explaining to me that personally he probably really wouldn't want more than one wife anyway, because it is a lot of responsibility. We just talking about dating and relationships or whatever, and then we got into the whole religious matter.
Yeah.
But
it was different.
If it was legal in our country, again, I would have the same reservations. I need to know and understand that you can hold it down, because otherwise we can take this both ways. Because we've had this conversation before. I wouldn't mind having two husbands.
I would.
I mean, it depending on if I was getting something different from each of them.
I don't got enough time to even figure it out.
Just two though. I don't need no more than two.
They won't get on my nerves.
But I wouldn't mind testing it out though.
That's two different families I gotta deal with. I'm not fucking doing that.
Two different families. Who said I'm dealing with them?
When you marry somebody, you marry their family.
Who said I'm dealing with them? That's about me.
Okay.
Who said I'm going to deal with them?
All right, go ahead.
Okay?
And these two husbands. Go ahead. Thank you for that. Go ahead.
Who said they had to deal with me? Okay?
I never negated that. I'm just saying, I already know how the fuck I feel about dealing with people.
Because I know when I call you, you better fucking come. I don't care which side of the family we got to ride on. Okay? But I'm the same way though, so I mean, I don't really like religious families, but I'm not dealing with you to deal with your family. And the nigga I deal with gonna know that. I'm not dealing with you to deal with your family. I understand I have to deal with them, but I'm not dealing with you to deal with them. Like, we're gonna have some boundaries. Okay? Thank you. I'm just saying.
You're not done. Are you done?
What I'm saying, bottom line is, I'm not judging. How do you feel about this? Is that are you judging?
That's on her, but I feel like she's opening the door for other shit. But
that's it. I mean, when you have anything outside of yourself, you open the door for some shit, whether you in a monogamous relationship.
But I like how lighthearted she is.
She is very lighthearted about
because she realizes she has a fine ass man.
She's like, he was so cute.
And sometimes women, sometimes that's a lot for someone to handle. When someone's very attractive, they're very well known. It's just like,
I think you have to be a certain person,
caliber of person, to deal with it.
Yes, come on, word. That's what I needed right here.
You gotta to be able to handle that mentally. It's just like everybody's gonna want him, bitch. Eat it up every day.
Yeah, he's fine as fuck, but I don't want him. I'm just letting you know, I don't want him. He is fine, but I don't want him.
Anywhere.
You know how many niggas I will fuck before I fuck each other?
I'm screaming. He is fine though.
He is fine.
Give me a little Shavante
Rose. I don't want
to.
Girl, you that Shavante Rose. And me and Cobra was on, but he looked fine. That nigga is fine.
Yeah. He looked like a fresh cinnamon chocolate donut.
He right up there with Lamar. That motherfucking Kofi Kabar, whatever the fucking Lamar real name is for being my nigga.
Oh yes, he is fine as hell. And Lance too. They just
I love you, dark, sexy chocolate.
Yes.
Okay, fine. They be glistening with a red undertone.
Yes.
Yes. Give me some waves. Let me I was ready to say something. I might want to say that.
Don't say it, please. Don't do it.
I'm not. I'll keep my comments to myself.
She got there though. So yeah. Back to topics. The third topic of the night. Oh my goodness, this is so funny. We call this one "Ignorance is Bliss." So, this is what the tweet said. And I quote, The person who claims they don't really like people always seems to be really good at reading people. Maybe their ability to read people so well contributes to why they don't like people so much. They see through all the bullshit.
That's me. She just read the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm. That's why I put it in here, because I think it's something good to talk about.
Not you trying to read me through the tweets. Now her sounding trying to read me through these
because
topics.
there's a
trying to read me through these topics.
I'm not. I wanted to welcome you to the comments because the comments is what drew me to it even more. It was just like, whoa, wait a minute. It's a lot of ways to look at this because some people feel like they are that person and some people feel like this person isn't a good person. Some people feel like, it's a spiritual thing.
I
Some people
with this comment I saw first. I'm sorry, I didn't mean
Go ahead.
listening.
Go ahead.
The first comment that caught my eye that says, yes, being able to, I'm saying yes. Yes, being able to read people is a trauma response in and of itself that we use to maintain safety. So yes, these tricks. Part of it is used to maintain safety and a covering or a wall built per se, which is the term that the average person likes to use to cover yourself from having to be re-traumatized and shit that you don't want to experience.
Yep, I agree.
And personally, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. When I see other people do it, again, because I do it, I don't have a problem with it. I am very self-aware and very transparent with saying, yes, even after we had the conversation, after last week's episode, when we got into the whole thing with the stepfather and we got more further into it, I had a conversation with you. I said my response live on the show was an entire fucking trauma response based on what I went through in my personal life. The shit fucking happens. But I do think that my response, again, does protect and or save me, not in all situations, but some in regards to how I respond to people when I see certain things provide red flags.
On that bullshit.
Yeah, on that bullshit. Big bullshit, as I would like to call it.
I feel like
I'd rather respond quick and be wrong than respond slow and or not at all. And then you just got me fucked up.
Because I feel like me and you have that similarity, but mine is just a little bit different only because I kind of you just be flat out like, all right, fuck it, fuck them, fuck it, and fuck. That's your response. Mine sort of more is, I'm gonna meet you where you at, bitch. If I feel like underneath the cap, you want some shit and I'm just like, and she can attest to this because there's been times that I've been very, and I'm not to say that I'm front facing 1,000%. But it's been times where there have been people that have been around us or like other people in our circle have been associated with or consider other people, deem them as friends. And we've been in the same room and it's just like, I can't quite put my finger on what it is about this person necessarily.
That y'all connect with.
But I don't like this person. And lo and behold, I'm telling you, if something didn't come out about this person, it's like, told y'all I fucking said it.
I told your ass to get down.
And it just be like that sometimes. But I'm definitely a bitch that's gonna meet you where you at. Like, and I'm trying to get better with that too. Cause it's just like, all right, it's this person, all right. Cause some people aren't so bold with it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not so, and it's like, it kind of masks itself. But other people were just like, you just be like, oh, no. And I'm better at saying just, okay, cool. I'm not gonna deal with that person. All right, whatever. It is what it is. But
I come in the room
sometimes,
book them up.
Sometimes people just be taking you to that. It's just like, no, it's no holds barred. It's just like, no,
Yeah.
My frequencies is fucking up, G. I got a G for every bump on your face.
Yeah.
But this comment is what stuck out to me the most. Besides that one that you read. Honestly, most people who say this are a bit pessimistic and comes off as and comes off as a trauma response. Did you read this one? No. The one you read was different. There are so many good people in the world, and seldom do I hear the people who read people well talk about how many beautiful people and kind they are. I think sometimes it's easy to be right about someone when we're being negative. I love to meet more people who read the good in people. I like that.
I get what she's saying.
I get what she's saying, and I think maybe because
I do both though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 1,000%.
I may do the pessimistic piece out loud more and process the optimism more to myself. I will say that. So it might doing that, it might
Again,
actually appear
a defense mechanism.
I'm more
because you want that person to know, no.
Yeah, so
it makes sense.
And it takes me more time to process the optimism versus, the pessimism, again, because that's the trauma massage, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm absolutely not, I don't negate or I'm not shy to the good in people, absolutely whatsoever. Like I said, I'm being good these days. I've actually been nice. Okay, I told you I'm in a newer space recently, and I started to, make friends with people. And I told you I don't even be doing this, y'all.
I feel like you're at this point where this comment says right here: constant mental battle between having faith in humanity and acting on what I know and staying away from humans.
That is me. 24/7, 365 to the day.
Because they be pissing you off. I ain't gonna lie. We be pissing humans. We be pissing each other off, and that's just the thing.
Yeah.
Like honestly, some people are going to, and I think it's so resounding. When people say, some people will be the hero in your life, and others will be the villain. I might be the villain in your story. Honestly, I'm over here in my little Lilliputian world. I don't care. I know that. Like, I can't control how you feel about me. Of course, I would want people who genuinely mean me well. And this is why I'm being careful with what I'm saying. People who genuinely mean me well. People who don't like me, who cares what they think? Honestly. Because if you can not like me all you want. That don't mean you don't recognize real.
And that don't mean you're not going to respect me.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be with you.
And I'm just saying that as long as the people who genuinely mean me well and care about me still have that, all right, cool. We here with it. That's all I'm really worried about. Honestly. And myself. Please. This is the selfish season. Y'all said holiday season, selfish season.
No, I do understand that the name of the show is
To each his own. To each his own. To each her own. Yeah. But yeah, so don't be giving the person who claims they don't really like people a hard time all the time. But I will say, I do agree with that comment. I do like that. Me and her definitely can see where they come from.
Because I say I like people, but I don't like people. Right. If that makes sense. I always say that.
Mm-hmm. I think that's why it's so cool how we met Court and Rima and how we just instantly connected with them. Yeah. And shout out to our cousins.
Yeah, so we played the game was like, well, what did y'all think about us when I first? I'm like, I actually like y'all.
I'm like, that's hard.
And again, I processed
that's hard to do.
I processed it internally, but it wasn't until we had the conversation after the fact, after the night was over. Like, oh, actually, he was like, bitch, I'm surprised that you did it. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I was actually processing it internally. I'm like, I actually like them. Because if I didn't, outwardly, you would be able to tell. Because
it was shady energy at the table, but it wasn't them.
It wasn't from them.
So it was kind of like, wow, like we really got, and it just was random. We were two friends out, they were two friends out, and it just
at the end of the day, I tell people, I'm a really likable person, especially if you catch me in the right moment. But it's if and when you catch me in the wrong moment, like that's gonna be the deal breaker. Because I get it, because I'm my shit. Cause my mom was like
very white and very black.
My mom, you do have a very strong personality. You do come off.
I get told that all the time.
I said, and that's okay. And I'm going to stand doing that. And I don't have a problem with it.
Me neither.
Because when nobody going to ever do, I'm never going to give anybody a platform to play with me.
Because nigga, I'm
not going to uphold the platform for you to fucking play with me.
Yeah, that part.
I'm cool, but I need you to let me know. I need to let you know. I need it to let it be known.
Okay? I get with you.
That is, once you cross a certain line, you're going to see a whole different. I want you to be surprised. That's why I tell people that I don't want people to be surprised. Okay? My ex told me after we broke up, when I first started fucking with you, somebody should give me a warning sign. Somebody should send me a caution sign. That's what he said. And ever since, that shit stuck to me. You know that motherfucker because he called you, complain about me all the time. That's what he said to me. And that shit always stuck with me. I'm like, because that's it. It rings so surreal and true to my personality type. I'm cool, but I'm going to give you the warning that if you uncool me, it's going to be very, very different. It's going to be very, very different because I don't want you to be surprised.
So yeah, ignorance is bliss definitely was a topic that probably almost took the cake today. I like that one. That was a good one. That's why I like that. Ignorance is bliss. You like the name. You like the name, don't you? So let's hop right into the while ignorance is bliss. We gotta check into the reality check. The girl.
I just said something like this earlier. I really did.
I'm just gonna read this. Raising teenagers is the toughest thing right now, simply because of the influence they had versus what we had is a totally different ballgame. I can't stress it enough. Pray for your friends and family that have teens. I also want y'all to understand that we teach them right. They're going to choose to do wrong on their own. They had to learn just like we had to, but we're doing the best we can. And instead of judging someone for the behavior of their child, try helping instead of talking bad. It truly takes a village. Sending love. I know it's tough, but we got this. And even reading that again, I have a yet another opinion that's popping up. It's just like, what the heck? It just keeps changing. And thoughts. Not even just, I don't even want to say, well, I guess, yeah, it is my opinion, right? Because there has been a lot of things happening. And honestly, in our city, a lot of the kids go wild. They do what they want. And in some parents' defense, they do get taught well. They do get taught to respect their elders and, do what's right and not be out here in the mix and getting caught up in the negative stuff and getting themselves in trouble. And we do. And I think a lot of times this mindset that we have when it comes to this comes from the old school when they say like your children's behavior is a reflection of you. Children, let's be clear. They are individuals.
They are to a certain degree.
Like us. When you went to school, you was cussing when you wasn't supposed to, right? Because my dad caught us cussing. Like sailors. Okay? Probably never knew we cussed before that day. That's just minimal shit that kids do while you're not around. Not to mention they're being influenced by other children who are surrounded and influenced by God knows what at home.
And most children are impressionable.
Yeah, a lot of that exactly. That's exactly what this conversation is about. How impressionable children really are. Because another thing that is a big factor is the media and the agendas behind the big machines that run the world. Period. Between the education system and how it's set up, the pipeline to from preschool to prison, whatever you want to call it. That whole ordeal, you've got, teachers, they're putting, they back in our day, it was more of a problem. I guess it still is. They're putting these teachers who don't come from these neighborhoods into the inner cities. And it's like they're not connecting with the students. Yeah.
I don't even think it's more so teachers who are not from the neighborhood. They ain't got no motherfucking teachers. But that's a direct correlation to what happened in our day, like what I just spoke on. They just start giving up. Like, I'm not going to go teach there. I'm going to these private schools and I'm going to make it do what it do. And that's just it. Sorry. Everybody not made to be in the trenches with the kids. They not. These schools don't have adequate shelter. Asbestos and shit. They not getting good breakfast in the morning. They come to school rambunctious because they haven't had breakfast. Somebody in their family probably was using right in the next room, or their house is a whole entire drug operation, or they had to go couch to couch because of somebody at their house is abusing people in their family. You never know what someone's story is. They probably don't have lights. They probably don't have water. It's probably a single mom in a house with different kids, and their kids are teenagers, so they can just go to their friend's house. I've seen so much coming up. I could go on for days about different dynamics of different households and why kids are displaced from their homes or with other people or rebelling or just simply not doing what they need to do. They don't even have, sometimes the kids are good. They just don't do their schoolwork because they can't fucking focus. They don't have time to be a child when they go home. They have to worry about their livelihood. They have to worry about what they're going to eat. They got to worry about where they're going to wash up and change their clothes. This is a lot for a child to take in. So I understand all these dynamics of what comes with parenting. I realize them because I deal with children on the daily and I see what parents face. So I can kind of say that I do empathize with this idea that, we teach them right, but they still do what they want to do. I do, because I do know the agendas that are out here. I do see what's happening on social media. I do see what's happening in music. I know all this stuff is directly affecting our children because they don't have the wherewithal to just
to decide what is real, what's good, and what's not, and what's fake. They don't know. They're just going off of what they see. Oh, I'm supposed to get money, fuck bitches, all this stuff. Like the drill music thing is a big example of that. That didn't originate here in Philly. They came from somewhere else. But it brought a lot of violence with it, too.
I don't know if he was a young boy or not, but like the boys tweeted, they posted it on one of the Philly blogs. Like, y'all need to go ahead and Philly rap that drill.
Oh, I agree. I saw that and I agree.
Stop dissing each other over these nut ass tracks. And all this
over these blocks that y'all don't own. Let's keep it a beam.
Let's go ahead and wrap that shit up. Thank you and God bless you.
I agree, and I agree with that 1,000%. So yeah, I do this whole idea. I do feel like there are some parents who aren't as hands on, and I do feel like again the conditions that these kids are in. You have these broken homes. Father's feeling one way, mother's feeling one way. Whole time, child is in the balance, feeling everything. They're getting the entire crossfire. From everything that's minimal to everything that's major. They're getting all of that along with their own individual self that they were born as. So it's like they trying to figure out how to navigate this shit too. But don't let me be too long-winded. I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot to think about that. And I used to say, no, it ain't no excuse, but it is. Like, I see where they're coming from with that. It's like we're fighting against the system and rebellious teenagers who are trying to figure out who they are. Because when you get to that stage, it's like you're really becoming who you are.
And if as a society and a community, we're not contributing to their health and wealth for them to be successful in positive ways, then whether you're doing something negative or not doing anything at all, you're not contributing to the betterment of it.
The solution.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe honestly, what all I can say is finding things for your child to do, figuring out what their interests are, meeting them on that level.
And this stuff's still out here, y'all, in the community. Trust me, it's a lot of shit that's still out here. You just gotta take and call 311, 411, whatever. It's shit that's still out here. Don't just go off of what you know, what your neighbor or your friend may or may not know. Actually do some research and do some digging.
Right. Go to the city website. If you have a Compass account, go on there. It's stuff it's stuff available.
Take advantage of the free shit. Like the city website, the free libraries, everywhere that has that's trying to draw people in is advertising something that's gonna better benefit your community and or your household specifically. So
yeah, we posted I think it was like a 6 or 8 week program at Penn for teenagers we posted that on our page. There was a registration for that, like just stuff like that, like figuring out what they're interested in and figuring out a way, because there is things available.
We might cuss y'all out. We cuss y'all out for the right shit.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, we cussing for the kids.
But this is definitely a reality check. Like I thought that was important, even because it's a lot going on, and with the summertime coming, it makes me nervous because there's so much going on. Like my sister just went through something real traumatic recently. I mean, like at the end of the day, like you really have to, don't put yourself in a situation to be a target if you don't need to be. Be wise about where you're going. Go with people. And if you need to have things on you to defend yourself, do so. Like, mace, all that. Like, do what you gotta do. Stand your ground. And if you are a child out here wreaking havoc, expect someone to be prepared for the bullshit. That's the other side of that. Choosing that route, know that there's consequences, and it's not necessarily just going to be the law. You might not make it past that instance.
Choose your path wisely.
Yeah, think twice. Just think twice. And honestly, give some grace to these children, y'all. One step at a time. I just asked the young boy why he was trying to pump my gas the other day. He gave me a whole story. But yeah, that was this week's reality check. So, it does take a village. So all our non-parents, godparents, aunts, uncles, great aunts who with no children, the rich aunties, all of us out here, let's try to start, funneling the good back into
the rich auntie club.
That would be cute. That would be so cute. Well, thank you.
So y'all don't fucking steal it, bitches.
Oh gosh. Lord. Anywho,
what?
I don't know. I'm just about to thank the people for coming because we did give them another long episode.
Thank you.
Whether we realize it or not.
Thank you.
Not long, but good episode. Come back next week. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all the above. Go to our website. Hold us down. Listen every week. Like it. Share it. Subscribe. Paywall coming soon.